5 ways the COVID-19 pandemic is altering how leaders act. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed our values and made it harder to distinguish between our personal and professional life. Technology has radically changed how we interact with institutions like the government, the healthcare system, and employers. Leaders need to adopt a new strategy in light of this new reality. Employees are increasingly questioning the institutions that have historically controlled the workplace, such as presenteeism, hierarchical management, and performance evaluation. Here are 5 ways leaders might modify their strategy in the wake of the pandemic. 1. The complete individual. Work with the individual as a whole, according to leaders. One aspect of a person's more extensive life experience, firmly ingrained in the community and larger culture, is their job persona. Leaders must adopt a new perspective to recognize that employees' experiences stretch beyond their employment. They must create comprehensive, flexible, contextual policies, structures, and processes. We have several excellent examples of this already. Some groups recognize the stress faced by parents working during the pandemic since there was no way to send their kids to summer programs. During prime time for employees, they sponsored events like art workshops for young children. These firms were inventive in maximizing employee performance. 2. The sociology leader. The Great Resignation has lessons for us to learn. In a recent poll of over 30,000 employees, Microsoft discovered that 41% of respondents were thinking about leaving, with the percentage climbing to 54% among younger employees. Organizations will need to create fluid structures that are democratic, nimble, and adaptable to counteract this tide of unhappiness. Executives, particularly Chief Human Resource Officers, CHRO, and Chief Experience Officers, CXO, should look to sociology and systems thinking for solutions rather than their standard fields of expertise. 3. Psychological security, health, and drive. Leadership aims to establish psychologically secure environments where workers can be themselves and talk freely. According to studies, the pandemic caused employees to experience levels of stress and burnout that were previously unheard of. According to Amy Edmondson, professor of leadership and management at the Harvard Business School, ensuring employee well-being is particularly crucial and difficult when employees work remotely or on hybrid schedules. She adds that there is now a need to be intentional in amplifying voices in distributed working environments, saying that we now have to work a little harder to express what we're thinking and to ask questions. 4. Equal opportunities. Making sure that employees have equitable access to opportunities at work is the responsibility of managers. Technology platforms may play a significant role by giving equal access to tools and features, but leaders must go further. Accurate equity fosters circumstances that result in comparable outcomes for varied people, regardless of their levels, backgrounds, or social standing. Women have been disproportionately affected by the pandemic, as is well documented. In a recent survey of female employees in North America, 1 in 4 indicated they were considering cutting back on or quitting their paid work due to the pandemic, citing workplace rigidity, care obligations, and stress. 5. Perspective over data. Despite having access to such data, organizations frequently struggle to assign value to intangible assets like reputation, human capital, and intellectual property. Leaders need to reconsider their metrics in this area. As renowned systems thinker Donella Meadows put it, we value what we measure. For instance, financial support for mental health programs alone cannot be used to assess how health systems work. Instead, we must gauge how much the programs are utilized by those requiring them. The pandemic's attention to these intangible assets, which are more difficult to quantify, has been a notable aspect. These are crucial for attracting and keeping talent, accounting for up to 85% of all business value across all industries. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have enjoyed watching our content. ASU Ed Management Consultants.